I definitely think for at least the first few years, even out of college, like I was seeking a lot of that sense, like some external sense that this was the right path, right? Because you get a lot of that when you're in school, you get a lot of that just from like the way that we've set up our grading system and whatnot. Honestly, like I kind of wish that we could change things a little bit in that respect, because I feel like there is a certain level of like mischievousness that leads to. I mean, I know a lot of the people in at least the entrepreneurship realm grew up like having terrible grades, C's, straight C's, never went to college. Like it's really cool because you see kind of how a little bit of mischievous really does go a long way. And you see people who like truly never lived by the rules and never were worried about authority and never were worried about achievement by, typical standards. And they've gone out to do such amazing things. So I think it's like a balance of both. I think I leaned so far on the other side, but I still have this like innate curiosity, which has allowed me to jump into more of an entrepreneurial field.
I think that curiosity, you spoke about it, and I think you said even like, being mischievous. It's a very interesting thing to me because I really see that. I did go to college and graduated from college, but I also was a C student and, very mischievous and, for a lot of reasons. But I see it even in some of my kids' friends who are very smart and very high achieving and also mischievous.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I think that like, what we don't do is know how in the educational system, and this is maybe generalizing because there's amazing teachers out there like the one that you just shared, but there's not enough of that. There's not enough of recognizing like who's the individual, and maybe how can we teach them or guide them or coach them or support them and using who they naturally are to create and be, that in a productive way. Usually what happens in the educational system is it's like you kind of get put in a box and there's a certain, boundary in which you need to, study or focus or behave. And, we see things as like good or bad based on how you're doing within that box.